The Olympic Games in Paris just a few days away. We've talked about how the Olympic Committee is focused on sustainability, like we mentioned their focus on plant-based foods. They've given more details on that front, showing how some things will be repurposed. Some of the beds in the Olympic Village where athletes will live and sleep during the Games will be given to local associations that provide housing support for the homeless. This is one of several projects related to the Games meant to benefit homeless people. The announcement came during a press conference about sustainability efforts. One of those efforts was construction of the village itself. A representative said the village was built with 30% less carbon per square meter, but the focus of the news conference remained on the beds.
Of course, we have another project, which is a project that we're gonna give the beds, some of the beds of the village, of the bed of the athletes, to some association that to Paris, to housing for homeless people in Paris. So it's also a legacy project dedicated to homeless people to contribute to this complex situation.
The opening ceremony for the Olympics is this Friday. Well, it's official. Another Minnesota Twins great is enshrined in Cooperstown. Joe Mauer accepted his Hall of Fame slot today. The St. Paul native, a Twin through and through, spent 15 wonderful seasons with the club. He grabbed the MVP in 2009, picked up 3 batting titles, the most ever for a catcher, and swatted over 2,000 hits. In his speech, Mauer was full of gratitude.
To stand here today and say that I'm now a small part of baseball's history is a statement that will never fully sink in for me. This moment is truly a dream come true. Thank you again to all who believed in me, supported me, and helped me achieve this remarkable honor. Thank you.
Mauer's class also included Adrian Beltre and Todd Helton, with manager Jim Leland rounding out the field. Some heavy hitters there, Eric.
Some very heavy hitters, and that's a first ballot Hall of Famer right there, Joe Mauer. Speaking of pro baseball and All-Stars, the Red Hawks look to take some momentum into the All-Star break today, see if they could break a losing skid. Next in sports.